Hello, my fellow cryptid hunters. You ever hear a little scratch at your door? A little sound outside the norm that makes your balls tighten up and a chill run down your back? Dude, I had that happen a couple months ago. I felt my heartbeat like in my neck and I thought I was going to die. Now that could be absolutely because of my rapidly out of control blood pressure, but that's not your business. Well, what if I told you that little scratch at the door, that knocking you hear just outside, could be a monster waiting, just biding its time, for when you least expect it to jump out at you when you're taking the trash out and drag you into the forest? Well, that's what we're going to be talking today with the Enfield monster. Let's go over one of the stories of the Enfield monster and where it came from. Dare I say its origin. The Enfield monster story dates back to 1973 with a man named Henry McDaniel. Henry heard a scratching at his door one night when he looked outside and saw what he thought was a bear. So, as you do, he grabbed his gun and a flashlight to go and investigate what was rummaging around his home. The wind blew open his door and he saw something standing in between his rose bushes. It had 3 legs, a short body, 2 short arms with big pink eyes, and stood about 4.5 feet tall and was grayish in color. Jesus Christ, it sounds like me. What was I doing in 1973? Probably just looking for vermin, like I usually did back then. Don't ask about my third leg. It would be impolite, sir. Did you imagine that, though? You're all cozied up for the night. You hear something at your door. You go out to investigate, and you see a creature standing in between 2 bushes, trying not to be seen, like... So, McDaniel sees it, gets spooked, and shoots at the thing. He hits it once where it makes a hissing noise like a wildcat.
Yeah, I shot the fucker. He started hissing at me like one of them goddamn wildcats.
Dude, if it were me, I'd 100% be shooting the thing like... The creature bolted from the home, leaping 50 feet in 3 jumps, which, if you think about how nuts that is, each bound is like 17.5 feet. To put that into perspective, the Olympic gold medalist long jumper only jumped 29 feet. Now, as a human, that's a ridiculous leap, for lack of a better term. That's insane. This thing almost doubles that. Now that I'm thinking about it, what if it was just some naked black guy? This dude's like, it's a fucking monster, goddamn! I mean, it's rural Illinois, so we could be onto something. McDaniels calls the cops, and they take a look and notice footprints in the soil around his house, and ruled that McDaniels was not intoxicated during this event. You imagine he's just fucking blackout drunk reporting this to the cops.
Listen now, that fucker was short. He had a 3rd leg that was definitely not his dick. And he jumped about 50 feet that way.
Okay, Henry, we gotta take you down to the station now, bud. Come on, Henry, come on.
You're drunk!
Later, investigators interviewed Greg Garrett, a 10-year-old neighbor of Henry's that claimed he saw the creature about a half hour before McDaniel did, saying that the thing stepped on his feet and ripped his new shoes to shreds.
Oh man, those are my brand new Skechers. My mom's gonna be so pissed.
The boy later told Western Illinois University researchers that he was just bullshitting and wanted to mess with the out-of-town newsman. That is 100% something I would have done. Get the camera in my face, I'm gonna start making up shit. Yeah, man. He stepped right on my Skechers, my light-up ones, dude. These are rare. You can't even find these anymore. Now, my mom wants me to go work the coal mines until I can pay him off. How fair is that?
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
On May 6th, McDaniels called into the local radio station stating that he saw it again at around 3 a.m. He said that he had seen the creature out by the railroad and it was just out wandering down the tracks. A search party then investigated the area that day with the radio show host and observed an ape-like creature hanging out in an abandoned building out by McDaniel's home. Dude, this thing is like, it wants a piece of Henry. It's like, oh man, this guy, he shot at me, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting kind of bricked up with that farmer tan he's got going on. few days later, a group of men were arrested for disorderly conduct. When interviewed, they said they were out monster hunting and wanted to catch a glimpse of the creature for themselves. The police chief dismissed this and stated they were just out drinking, shooting guns, and raising hell. The men were then charged with a hunting violation, and no reports of the creature were made at the time. So what do you think? I think that there was definitely something out there for sure. Do I think it was a weird, short, and stocky, three-legged dick creature? No. I think it was dark. McDaniel's eyes were probably playing tricks on him, and it turned into a whirlwind of group thought, where you've got one person who has such a sensational story, and then you have another person kind of reporting something similar, and then it just spirals and spirals and spirals, and it's a game of telephone, and it gets into this big blown-out thing, and that's just kind of what I believe happened. But dude, this would be interesting and fun to be a part of. Like, your entire town knows about this and they're talking about it every single day. That'd be so much fucking fun to be a part of. But leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you believe that there is a real cryptid out there? Or do you think, like I do, it's just a bunch of people wrapped up in the excitement and they're letting their imagination get the best of them? If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell for daddy. I will see you guys in the next video. And until next time, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye.